In 6 hours, I turned Minecraft from this into this, a terrifying analog horror style zombie apocalypse. I've made zombie apocalypse mod packs before, but this one might be the scariest I've made due to the unique visual style and terrifying mechanics for the zombies. In this video, I will cover all the mods, resource packs, and shaders you will need, and what configuring you will need to do to make this happen. There's a lot to cover, so let's get started. First, the visuals. My resource pack of choice is Unity, as it adds a bit more texture to otherwise bland blocks, and it also has a darker, grimmer vibe. Another good resource pack is Lower Shield, which is pretty self-explanatory. And there's also some good horror ambient music resource packs like Analog Horror Music and Horror Ambient Music. In this video, I'm using complementary reimagined shaders, and it's best to showcase the elements of this mod pack. But if you're wanting to lean more into the analog horror bit, I strongly recommend Cursed Fog. The shader itself really sells a big part of the horror aspect. Second, let's dive a bit deeper into extra visuals and sound. A good place to start is Camera Overhaul, which adds a subtle screen wobble, I guess you could say, when moving around. Dynamic Crosshair is another good mod, which subtly changes the crosshair style depending on what you are doing. Unfortunately, it is slightly broken when using the resource pack of choice, however I didn't find this very distracting. Then eating animations and not enough animations, which adds animations for some things that the devs of Minecraft simply didn't bother with. Just like with Dynamic Crosshair, this is slightly broken using the resource pack Unity. Also, Explosive Enhancement, which just looks super cool. For blood-specific visuals, we have Cravencraft's Bloody Bits, which adds a lot of blood that spills from you when you're injured, or from other mobs when you injure them. And Enhanced Visuals, of course, which adds those blood splatters to your screen too. Note, if you are using the Cursed Fog shader, you will need to turn off the visual effect for the heart beating in the Enhanced Visual Mods config file. Also, you should do this with the water effect as well, otherwise your screen will go black temporarily. For audio, Presence Footsteps for footstep sounds, better block sounds, self-explanatory, and Sound Physics Remastered for reverb and echo are necessary additions. With that out of the way, let's get to the zombies. Mob Sunscreen should be used to prevent zombies from burning in the sun, Day Zombies to allow zombies to spawn during the day, and Bad Mobs to prevent other mobs from spawning. You'll need to configure this yourself, however. And of course, Tissue's Zombie Pack, which changes zombies to give more variety and make them look scarier. And you should also add the Hordes mod, which summons zombie raids every 10 days, and Zombie Awareness, which radically improves zombie AI. With these two mods installed, zombies will be able to track you by sound and smell, and even light sources at night, can group together in hordes, and also can infect you, although I recommend disabling this. And to make things more difficult, the Hordes Moon and Extreme Horde Moon mod will summon tons of zombies on certain moon phases. Also, you should add the Zombie Drops mod so you can get the loot from the mobs that have been disabled. Now this is really cool and all, but it isn't that unique compared to what I've already done. To fix this and really amp up the horror aspect, I highly recommend the Mobifier mod. It allows you to control all the properties of all mobs in the game. For this scenario, set the zombie speed to 1.65. This will make zombies just about as fast as you while run jumping. As you can imagine, this adds its own kind of terror, as just one zombie can easily hunt you down and murder you. To enhance this effect even more, increase the follow range and bump up the damage output. Now to survive this onslaught of fast zombies, you'll need to be ready and at your best. And what better way to ensure that than with a brand new gaming keyboard from this video's sponsor, Hex Gears. I have tried multiple keyboards in the past, but have found either that the keys are too big, too noisy, or just generally more cumbersome than it was worth. However, the Immersion A3 gaming keyboard, which is designed by Hex Gears, has remedied all these issues and has blown me away with all its great features, impressive build quality, and slim and stylish profile. One cool feature to note is the A3 comes with tactile, linear, or clicky switches for your desired sound level. All types are low profile, with the switch itself being half the height of regular mechanical switches. This leads to faster speeds, increased precision, and improved performance. The A3 also looks really cool with a 16.8 million RGB backlight that has outstanding illumination and enhances gaming ambience. Specific keys can also be set to specific colors to create cool looking shapes. Improve your gaming experience today with the world's first low-profile, hot-swappable mechanical gaming keyboard, the Immersion A3. Use the code ONMOD at the link below to get 20% off. To level up your defense, you will also need some good weapons and gun mods. For good melees, armor, and other methods for defense against the infected, I recommend Zombie Survival Kit. There's some good weapons and high quality armors, in addition to adding other mechanics such as bleeding, medical supplies, and different effects. It also adds infection, which again, I recommend be disabled. Now for the guns. There are a lot of great gun mods to choose from. However, in this specific case, I recommend using Timeless and Classic. Not only are the guns great, but there's also a mod called Weapon Loot Integration, which adds Timeless and Classic guns to the loot tables for the Lost Cities mod. This makes exploring cities much more engaging and worth the risk, as there's a chance you can find some good guns. In addition to Lost Cities, I recommend adding a good world generation mod that doesn't add new blocks, like Arborea. The excessive vegetation, improved trees, and other improvements to vanilla biomes made by this mod looks really nice in my opinion and enhances the apocalyptic aesthetic. Do note that this mod has a known issue of corrupting chunks on servers, so if you run into issues, especially while running a server, this mod might be to blame. With all that major stuff out of the way, there are still a few more mods I suggest adding. Modern fixed ferret core and entity culling for performance, responsive shields because vanilla shields have a delay for some reason, sophisticated backpacks, and toast control and shut up experimental settings to cut out some clutter. Now for the icing on the cake. Zombie Nightmare expansion, which adds some creepy mini-boss like zombie creatures which rarely spawn in the overworld. While there is quite the variety of creatures, my definite favorite is the Blood Eagle, which just looks really cool. Just imagine dealing with normal zombies, and this thing flies out from some building somewhere. Mutant Monsters is also a good mod to add to this pack. It adds a lot of mutant versions of vanilla mobs, all of which should be disabled, and the zombie version, which serves as a good mini-boss and a serious threat to deal with occasionally. While there is no definite endgame, if you wanted a goal to strive for while playing this mod pack, I recommend trying to survive 100 days, as you'll have to deal with multiple raids and increasing difficulty of zombies. I've packaged these mods together into a mod pack, which you can download from the link in the description. If you like this concept, but want to play a newer version of the game, or have a different type of zombie experience, I recommend watching this video here, where I tell you how to turn Minecraft into a zombie apocalypse for 1.20.1.